What's good, Castle of Comics? We'll be back in 30 seconds. What's good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the new key and hot comics of the week for February 6th, 2023. Today we're doing comic book super fights, Marvel vs. DC. Let's go!
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life.
It is good, Council of Comics. Welcome to another Monday nights of new key and hot comic books for this February 6th, 2023. For all the comic books that are coming out on February 8th, Wednesday, new comic book day. Of course, I got my usuals here. Cliff, what's good? Green shirt guy, what's good? And Phil, how you doing today?
All right.
Great. Leave a comment below for Phil. Phil's setup has gradually matured into something beautiful. I gotta say, just beautiful. I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. We're gonna do something a little different in a little bit. We're gonna do what? Comic book super fights. You guys can join in the comments as well. I'm gonna name a character, and I'm gonna let these three guys get about a minute or so, and then I don't have a but I'm gonna be like time up. You don't get no more. And if they win, they get the point, and we'll see which character wins in the verses. In the comments, just leave a comment. Be like, write the name of the character in there. Write an argument why it is, and let it pop up, and we'll see. All right. So, how are you guys doing today? What's good?
Did my taxes today.
Hey, I did my taxes today.
Got less than I was expecting, but we did get a bunch back, so I can't complain too much.
That's good. That's good. Get the little child during credit. You know what I mean?
For
Get
real.
some money.
And child care credit, too.
Yeah. Cliff, you do your taxes?
No, I'm not like normal people.
Phil, you do your taxes?
No, not yet. I'll probably do them in like March. I'll do them in March.
Or Cliff,
I'll just do them online.
Phil living dangerous.
No,
Cliff,
he's
do
not.
you
Remember,
do your
you
taxes?
you are only penalized when you owe. Okay,
True.
so like that's one rule for a lot of people. The other thing is too, like I grew up literally in my household with my mom doing taxes. Our taxes were always done last, right? And I'm not very good with money, and I'm not going to pretend to be, but I can like breathe and hold out when tax season comes. And I remember my mom did a lot of taxes for a lot of my friends over the years. And they were like savages, like, when do you think it's coming? When do you think it's coming? When do you think it's coming? And I'm like, is your landlord going to throw you out? Right? And like, listen, you know who you are. You know who you are, who I'm talking about. So I'm sorry if you feel called out. But after they would get their check and they're so freaking happy, then what would I see? A brand new television set, right? You know? And back to back, 1 year was a 55-inch, and the following year it was a 70-inch. You know, and I'm like, this is why you lose your mind over taxes, and this is why you can't breathe until that refund is in your hand. You know, and I was like, please, there. I'm like, come on.
The worst time to buy a TV.
I need a
anyway,
new
during
set of
tax
Marvel
season.
United to buy.
Tax season is the worst time to buy a TV. You know they're going to jack them prices up.
Right, they're
Do
dying
Black
to get
Friday.
you.
Black Friday. Put it on your credit card, and then when you get taxes back, pay it off.
That too, they like to get you.
That's what you should do.
That's very true. That's very true.
So I'm very calm about it, you know, and I do it myself, you know, because my sister's a CPA. Actually, no. Credit to credit is due. Lydia Webb, CPA, Delta, Ohio. All right. So like my sister does my taxes.
The plug.
You know, so feel free to go through my Facebook and hit her up if you want her to do your taxes. Certified public accountant. But I mean, but there's a couple years I literally did do them, you know, on my own. And of course, my mother and my sister are like, why would you not tell us? And I was like, I did it right.
I've been watching you long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, taxes is something I just don't like to mess with. I'd rather pay somebody like, here's all the
I
information.
used to do it myself, but once we bought
Take
the
care of it.
house and all the credits you can get back, I was like,
Right.
I'll let somebody else do
Once
it.
things get a little
Yeah.
more complicated, like that's why my sister's doing it. I like my situation's a little more complicated. But like, and again, it's really good. Like, there's all sorts of things. Like I worked at H&R Block 1 year after my Great Depression, and I learned all sorts of things from one of the CPAs there. You know, and she was a legit CPA. Like she just did everything in the world. This couple came in, they inherited a farm, right? And they're like, oh, we don't know what to do. And our accountant said this, that, and the other thing. And she goes, well, tell me what's going on with the farm. She took off all the repairs, right? She depreciated the land because they could not, they're older couple. They could not maintain the land. So she's like, okay, so she goes, you spent renovation on the farm to keep the farmhouse going and that part of the business. She goes, but the land depreciated and everything else. So it was amazing how she broke it down. Yo, I've never seen a couple so happy to pay almost $900 to do their taxes, but they got a lot of money back.
The key to taxes is write-offs. Get your tax bracket down.
But you can only have write-offs if you have a small business or a personal business or any type of business.
Yeah, you got to get your LLC. I've been telling people that off the jump.
I'm an
Get your
independent
LLC
contractor when it comes to refereeing, so I can claim all kinds of stuff.
Listen, like for me as an example, I have an LLC, and everything that I buy for this business and everything that I use for this is a write-off. Down from the internet,
but a lot of it.
Yeah, from the internet to the phone to a portion of my rent because I use
If we
my
get
place.
super famous, your car could be the next write-off.
Well, no, my car's a lease right now, so you can't.
You can write off a lease to your business as long as you can prove. Have you not watched? Have you not watched Bob?
That's not what my person told me. My person told me you can only write off the miles. You can't write off the car.
No, you can write off the car if you use it more than 50% of the time.
Correct.
For the business.
You have to justify how much you use it for the business. So,
but she said she took off for that though. She said she took off for all that stuff.
Well, look, if she can't,
we're not getting into my personal taxes.
I'm sorry. I just want to say you can write off your gas literally, or you can do the miles. You've got to choose.
Yeah,
one.
that's what happened.
She chose whichever one was better for you, so that's good.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tax Talk.
We are.
Tax Talk.
This is good.
Oh man, I would love to know. I would love to pick like Anthony's brain, even though it might about tax season.
Okay, so the guy who bought my mom's tax business from her is Anthony's accountant.
I was gonna say.
So if you want to pick someone's brain, you'll be picking that dude's brain.
Would love to hear that story of how that all gets done. All right,
hard.
Let's get into some news.
I feel like this is the most informative opening we've ever had.
That was pretty good,
right?
wasn't it? X-Men Storm and Bishop's college lead a big week of Marvel Comics. Storm and her own Brotherhood of Mutants deal with the sins of Sinister, while Bishop trains an all-black X-Men team to defend the nation of Krakoa. I will tell you this. This Sinister storyline is quite possibly the best thought out and written thing that's happened to the X-Men comics in a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, because like Dark Web was very I didn't hate it. It was very playful. This feels very serious.
Dark and serious.
Very like it was coming up from the shadow and now it's here and it's intentional. It's very intentional.
Yeah, it's very thought out. It's very
the X issue where it takes him like 10 times to kill her had me because each time it's getting more creative and crazy.
And the fact that the original Sinister's been dead for many years, and the ones that we've been encountering are clone Sinisters. And the fact, remember how we always used to love? I used to call Sinister Colossus with a diamond. The way Mark Sylvester used to draw him, like he was just Colossus with a little diamond. But come to the fact, that's part of the whole. I like the way they retcon that there's one that has a club, there's one that has a heart. You know what I mean? And I just thought that was really, really good, really good.
No, it's a great opener, and the story is the story feels exciting, and it truly reminds me. They've tried to do Age of Apocalypse stuff, but this feels legit. This gives me that vibe of when I was reading Age of Apocalypse, where I was like, "Oh my god, what's going on?"
Yeah, really did do that. Okay, let's see. DC's Injustice crossover will result at least one dead Superman.
John Kent's
upcoming DC miniseries, which marks the return of the Injustice universe, will result in at least one dead version of Superman.
Don't care.
Yeah, I mean, the Injustice was a good book. I gotta admit.
Played the game.
Like, they expanded on that game tremendously. Like, the way they expanded on that game was like, wow. They really did a lot of things in Injustice. Which actually was an inspiration to Zack Snyder for his version of Superman in the Snyderverse movie. Yeah.
Snyder.
Yeah. Static returns. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy reunite in DC's new releases. Static's new series launches on Tuesday alongside Poison Ivy #9, which reunites the Batman villain with her love, Harley Quinn, after a year apart. They've been apart for a year.
Yeah,
hasn't felt like it.
Well, no, and also like
I mean, in the big DC mythos, though, not just like the comic books. So, the Poison Ivy covers are phenomenal.
Yes,
phenomenal. As far as Harley Quinn, I'm not really a fan of Harley Quinn, even though I don't read a lot of it. I'm just not a fan of Harley Quinn being part of the Bat family.
Well, she's not though.
No, but I mean, she's unofficially there.
She's not. I wouldn't even call her an anti-villain. She's a do what I feel like at the time.
Yeah.
Well, she is an anti-hero. I mean, like, we could just like not like it, but I mean, that's what happened.
In her own book, she is.
Yeah.
In the normal Batman book, she's not an anti-hero. She's fully a villain, but she every once in a while doesn't. You know,
I'm not even gonna go with that because the last few crossovers where she shows up, she ends up helping Batman. Because
I don't think her motivation's really to help Batman so much as
of course not.
Screw Joker.
No,
really, I'm gonna screw Joker. I may help Batman, but I don't.
Right? No, you're right. Her greater motivation is screw Joker. But I mean, like, anti-hero, anti-villain, but she's mostly anti-hero because that's the pocket she's in. Just like Venom. Venom became so popular, they had to make him an anti-hero. They're like, wow, people love this guy. Magneto is awful. If Magneto has killed so many, and it's just like, he was really misunderstood. And I'm like, no.
Seems like great villains become anti-heroes.
You're right, and that's a problem. Dr. Doom is the only one they haven't crossed that line with. He is an excellent villain.
Well, no, they crossed it. He became invincible when he became infamous Iron Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but he wasn't really a hero so much as he was trying to be a hero, but nobody accepted him as a hero because they remembered his, you know what I mean. But his motivation was to be a hero. But I was like, yeah,
he
right.
He believes he's a hero. What Doom says goes.
Right.
But he's never truly hit official anti-hero status is what I was going for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like he's the one that's I guess I always compare him to Lex Luthor, right? Because even when Lex seems to have proper motivations, like the 2 times he wants to be the Superman of Metropolis, like it's still tainted by what he is at his core.
Spider-Man writer promises a mind-blowing Spider-Verse twist. Spider-Man writer Dan Slott reveals a huge twist related to the Spider-Verse is coming in an upcoming issue of his ongoing series with Mark Bagley. Are we going to end this Spider-Verse thing or what?
No, I
don't think so.
The theme of that book.
I mean, to me, it's just I understand Spider-Verse. I understand the whole thing, but There's a lot of Spider-Man out there now, man.
I'm okay with this being like its own self-contained series of Spider-Verse adventures, because why not? We used to love What If, so this is basically like, What If meets Exiles, but your old Spider family. Good luck.
But is this part of the canon of the new, like, is it with Amazing Spider-Man? You know what I mean?
No, it's like yes, 616 is part of it, but like no, it's not intersecting.
Okay.
And we've spent a lot of time away from 616 in that series so far.
Marvel Sins of Sinister kills off a major character. A preview for Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants #1, which ties into Marvel Sins of Sinister X-Men event, marks the death of a fan favorite mutant. Would you like to see spoilers?
We might as well. I already suspect it's the original Nightcrawler.
Let's see. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but he's getting his own book. Would they kill him off?
This looks like it's going to come down to like a Storm and Sinister battle.
You're right.
Who dies? Where's the preview? I don't see it.
He might have clickbaited us.
I think you passed it.
Oh, Sunspot.
Yeah.
Ah.
I don't like Sunspot.
The major mutant kind of game.
I guess he's major in the sense that these are the pages. Okay.
He leads a team, right?
Within the universe, he's major.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not necessarily like a fan favorite like Major.
Although I think
why can they kill off Blob and the other one with it's just the brain that's floating, and then the old little girl? Kill those three off. Nobody likes them anyway.
Blob,
then you don't have to worry about bringing them back either, because nobody cares.
You're so rude.
You know I'm right. You like those characters?
I like the floating brain.
The floating brain's annoying. The floating brain's annoying because she can't talk unless that little old girl's with her. It's stupid.
Floating brain.
It's different.
Tom Taylor returns to Injustice for major Superman crossover. Tom Taylor's getting a lot of
yes, because he actually knows how to write.
He's a good writer. Luke Cage miniseries was canceled over fear of right-wing nuts. During an interview with CBR, writer Ho-Che Anderson details why Luke Cage City of Fire, set to be his first Marvel miniseries, was canceled. I want to know. However, he admitted Luke Cage was painful, man, opening up about their circumstances of how right-wing, quote-unquote, right-wing nuts and City of Fire's real-world subject matter spooked Marvel into not releasing the title. Anderson recalled his conversation with Marvel executives saying, long story short, they sat me down and said, we're canceling the book. We're afraid that the subject matter is going to be damaging for you. We don't want you to be attacked by right-wing nuts. End quote. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. I wonder what... Did they ever say what it was about, the book? You guys are all quiet over there. What's going on?
Wait, scroll down. I think I saw it. Police brutality.
Is it?
Yeah, I think I saw it in like the...
Lower.
Oh. According to the writer, his miniseries drew inspiration for police brutality and George Floyd, a black man murdered by a white police officer in May 20, with the title premise being, what would happen if the mother of George Floyd hired Luke Cage to protect Derek Chauvin, her son's murderer? Whoa.
Yeah, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's selling very well.
Whoa. Now
that would have been an interesting story, like a dark one, like a Marvel Black Label.
To protect the killer of her son. Huh. That's interesting. That's super forgiveness right there. All right, let's get to what we came for. The keys of the week from Key Collector.
I think I'm gonna have less than 12 books again.
Let's see. We got Red Goblin #1, first Normie Osborn solo series. There's some variants for it. Got Red Goblin, the 1 in 25. Okay.
I have
And the
10
one-
right now, unless there's something shows up that I don't know about.
The 1 in 50 is pretty cool.
I may get this just to get it.
And the 1 in 100.
I meant
I have
the issue 1.
I have his first appearance. I have the entire run at 9/8 slabbed. I don't need to get his solo book.
I'm going to get 1 just to see what it is.
Liar, you're gonna get that one. You're gonna get a variant too.
What about you, Phil?
I'll probably get Red Goblin. Yeah.
All right. Star Wars: The High Republic #5. It's the first appearance of the Mother of the Path of the Open Hand. That's a long title.
Yeah.
Or a
This
group.
cover's not great though.
No, it's not.
There's another
Story's
one.
pretty good though.
Yeah. That cover's
The
great.
1 in 25.
There's another cover too. I saw. There's a 40th anniversary one. I can't remember what it is though.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Next up, we got Batman #132, variant
Hell
cover by
yeah.
Art Germ. That's a pretty cool cover.
With my
You
boy
gotta
Mike
use it.
Hawthorne doing the interiors.
It's a friend of yours?
I met him. I know. I'm one of his patrons, but I talk to him every other week about stuff. I ask him questions, and he's really open. Will tell you the scheme. Really nice guy.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a keeper right here. I like this book.
I mean, the issue. I'm bored with the cover. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I like it.
No, it's nice, but I'm like, it's boring. Like, I'm so tired of Catwoman doing nothing.
It's
You know?
weird. It's a weird
Yeah.
long-term cover too. If you look at it, there's not a whole like. Usually his covers kind of have more depth than that.
Yes, this is like, again, good looking, but like we have infinite good looking Catwoman covers at this point, you know?
It's very true. It's
Like,
very,
give
very
me, like, I want to see her whipping something, like stealing. I want to see her crawling out an air vent with her stash. I'm like, give me, like, get Catwoman.
Yeah,
to
give me
work.
that, Jim.
I
Give
like
me
the
that.
one from what the Catwoman book. It was last month before, where she's just walking like she's like it's the end of the day and she's got like her cowl down. She's drinking out of a bottle of milk. I thought that, and it's
Yeah,
dribbling.
like that was something.
I'm
Exactly.
like, that's clever.
Yeah.
I like I think it was the last Catwoman issue was really good. The cover for that. And the story was really good. The Catwoman's in jail. And she's trying to survive in jail, and she has a unique way of doing it. Next up, The Finder, or is it The Finder? #1.
Looks like Onitos.
It's a bad idea book, man. A bad idea.
It looks like they didn't finish the cover.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bad idea, man. Like, I don't know.
Is that
I'm
an
not
$8 book for a one
I'm
shot?
like, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
man.
What is their claim to fame again, by the way?
Their claim in the beginning was that they were rare books that you could only get at certain specific shops, and you could only buy one of each book, which went to shit when people had all these books and they were selling multiple and they couldn't keep track and all this other stuff, and it just went.
Well, and the shop owners don't give a crap. Why do they care?
Yeah.
Yeah, buy 6 of them. I don't care. I got to get rid of these.
Yeah, and then somebody's gonna call them like, "Oh my god, they sold 2 to this person." Da, da, da. I'm like, okay. So the real annoying thing was that you couldn't get it everywhere. Like you had to go somewhere else, and for me it was like far away just to get those books. Until they started having them in the mall, but then I didn't like that shop after a while anymore either, so I stopped buying them there too. Next up, Monarch #1, an orphan boy raised in Compton, sets up to protect his surrogate family and friends against an alien threat.
This looks interesting, except for it also looks like, what was that movie that John Boyega made his kind of got his start
The
with?
Block?
Yes.
Mm.
I mean, if it's a different take and they do different things, great, but it feels like kind of a rehash of that. But it does.
Yeah.
The artwork looks good. I'll say that.
I think I'm gonna get this.
I think I'm gonna get that.
I'm iffy. If I look at it tomorrow, I may change my mind.
Next up, Space Job #1. After paying his dues as chef's assistant, a man finally gets his dream job in space as first officer, but on his first day, he discovers nothing seems right aboard the ship and is determined to find out why.
Yeah.
What?
No. What about that? Sounds good.
What is this?
So you used to work in a kitchen, and now you get to be the captain of a spaceship?
Now you can fly a starship?
That makes no sense.
Maybe he was a Starfleet, or you know what I mean, like chef.
Come on, man. That's a stretch.
No,
I want to give you something, but no.
Oh my god,
I
they
mean,
said
no, but like the idea, it sounds ridiculous to begin with, but like that adds up to him being like, well, why does none of this feel right if this is supposed to be like my dream come true? Why does it all feel wrong? Right? And then we just discover why that's happening.
But it's such a big jump. It's like after paying his dues as a chef's assistant, he gets a dream job as a first officer. like, whoa.
If it's written well, there'll be a premise like he did do a favor who owes him a solid, who's like, okay, there's this ship where you can be the first officer. And he's like, dope, that sounds amazing. But then he gets there and it's like a crap ship, crap job, and it's just like, why is this like, it's like, oh, so like I'm like the shit ship, like, you know, first officer.
Shit ship.
You know?
Is he wearing suspenders on that cover too?
Yes, he is wearing suspenders.
Yes, he is.
Okay, because you do that in space.
Do you know that
Yes, please defend suspenders in space for me.
What were you saying, Cliff?
Go ahead, Cliff.
So I was watching somebody else's channel and they were talking about all sorts of things and acts and true acts, successful acts of rebellion. But he was working on the Star Trek role-playing game Once Upon a Time, and CBS, Paramount, who's in control of Star Trek, or the majority of it, right, was like constantly on them. They're like, well, we don't want people creating any villainous characters. And they're like, it's people role-playing at game tables in their homes, on kitchen counters in their homes. Who cares if they created a villainous character? And CBS was against it. And it was like Paramount. And they're like, Paramount, you don't understand the idea of a role-playing game. Yeah. And then they're writing like the official book and like characters to use in an adventure. So they describe this like stout guy, like this guy on the cover, right? And they're like, no, we don't want that. There are no fat people in Starfleet, right? So they fax the response back to them with a picture of Scotty from Star Trek: The Motion Picture, and they're like, wow. Oh, okay, you can have a stout guy who's an admiral. Go ahead. So, but the point of that story was about, like, you know, visual biases, but the bigger point of the story was about how corporations want to control everything.
Yeah, and they don't do it well 90% of the time. Next up, Stranger Things, Tales from Hawkins #1. In the fall of 1983, two friends set out on a hunting trip but find themselves the prey of a nightmarish beast who has claimed the wilderness around the town of Hawkins.
I'm probably gonna get that one.
So is this takes place during the game? I mean, during the show?
It's 83.
So
Isn't that when
before the show?
When was this show? What year?
I thought the show was like 86.
Is it 86?
Like the last one might have been around 85, 86.
All right, so I guess it links up.
You know, does it say? Is that like a mini or is that a one shot too?
It's a mini. So
Okay.
Number 104.
All right.
Yeah. Batman 132, the regular first potential appearance of alternate reality characters. Come on. Come on.
Alternate reality, Bruce and
Yeah. Variant cover art by Derek Chu. That's not bad. That's not bad. Lazarus Planet Next Evolution number 1. First appearance of Deadeye. First cameo team appearance of the Vigil. So what's this Lazarus Planet like, man? Because I haven't been reading any of it.
I've been kind of enjoying it. They're like little anthologies in each issue of like the main thing. So you're not really doing like the same thing through like the whole issue. Like one will have like Wonder Woman and then like a Gotham City story about Matoya and stuff.
Okay.
but now
They're little anthology books.
right. But it's basically, yeah, I mean, you're following up on characters, right? But it's also following up on the fallout of the Lazarus volcano situation with magic being distorted and also technology being distorted because of it. So like it's just affecting people and how they operate, and
Affecting their powers. People who didn't have powers now do have powers.
Yep.
Like Les Luthor's assistant grew like a cannon on her arm and started blasting stuff. That was pretty cool.
Oh, pretty cool.
Yep,
Pretty cool.
Mercy's back.
Static Shadows of Dakota number 1. First appearance of Isaac, a boy with powers. First appearance of Quincy, a friend of Static who is manifesting powers. Second cameo appearance of Eben in Shadows. I feel like Static is such a wasted character. Like, I don't know. I like Static Shock.
I do too. I'm so sad that his series never stick. And it's Ebon, by the way, from the animated series.
Okay. Yeah, like Static has the potential, like to be like a Miles, I think, for DC. But it just could never, I don't know. They just don't want to push it like that, I guess.
I just don't know. One creative team after another. I don't know why it doesn't. It's never cohesive, Maybe they should have just left him in the Teen Titans and like build up something over time there.
Mm-hmm. That 1 in 100 is phenomenal. I love that. That is real dope. If they have a regular version of this, I'm picking that up. That's pretty dope. Give me that, DC. Give me that.
They used to every month on Batman.
Next up, Avengers number 8, the facsimile. It's the reprint of Avengers number 8, the first appearance of Kang.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I don't buy facsimiles.
Yeah, I mean, I bought like the Batman one before, the Detective Comics one, just because I wanted to see what it was like. But yeah, I have no interest in
If I want that, I'll go buy a trade and have the entire story.
Yeah. You guys facsimiles, Cliff, Phil?
Sometimes it depends on if I care.
Just because you could get them like I got like a nice tablet, like you can go back and read them that way and stuff. So
that would be the best way. Bishop War College, first appearance of a team led by Bishop that includes Armor, Surge, Cam, Long, Aurora, Charles, and Amass.
And yet none of them are on this cover.
Is that like
no? All those X-Men are African American versions.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? You're right. Okay, now I see it.
So, I mean, we need more. We need more on this book. We need more. Is there any information that we could look at?
Do you see any information there?
Hold on, let me go.
You gotta browse up. Pull it up.
I'm pulling.
This is not Liefeld. Is that Liefeld?
It's feeling Liefeld. It's feeling
Look
it.
at the upper
Right
lip.
here
on
is
The
that.
legs,
feeling
the
Liefeld.
legs are too good for Liefeld.
But I don't think it is.
No, I don't think so either because of the legs.
Well, look at the
And you
feet,
think I'm
too.
being funny, but I'm serious.
He's actually got feet.
They
Yeah.
got feet. They got feet. Like this looks like Liefeld a little bit.
It does. The upper lip does. Yeah.
Yeah, but this doesn't. This has some Liefeld to it. This is good.
Yeah.
I really like that.
So keys of the week. Bishop, first appearance. Publisher Marvel. Writer Jason Holtham. Artist Sean Damian Hill. Cover artist Ken Lashley.
He's not. He's a real nice guy too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is good. I mean, it's interesting.
That's fine. Ghost Rider number 11. Introduction of a Weapon X upgraded Danny Ketch as teased at the end of 11 and seen on the cover of 13.
How can you see it on the cover of 13 and 13's not out yet? This is 11. Oh, I'm gonna tease it. I'm gonna tease it in 2 issues. Come on.
You got the 1 in 100 by Campbell.
Nice, but that's been done.
Yeah. The 1 in 200 with
What's the difference?
with
That's
the
The logo.
with the logo.
How is the logo gonna be the 1 in 200? That makes no sense. It
They're
should be
just
the other way
changing it up. They're just changing it up.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous at this point, man. Just super ridiculous. There's the variant.
around.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Not that.
Um.
Yeah. Funny. Oh, I'll put great
All right. Storm in the Brotherhood
pork in the corner.
mutant.
Paco Medina
Okay.
is the interior artist
Two somewhere.
Of what? This
of Storm and the Brotherhood.
Storm in the Brotherhood mutants.
No,
am
but
I
this one I'm
saying it
getting,
right,
you know?
or did they do it wrong? Is it Brotherhood of Mutants? Yeah. 'Cause the book on the cover it says the Brotherhood of Mutants, but of course Kiko doesn't know how to copy the words word for word. So
Yeah.
Jeez.
This cover is by Francis Leno Yu. Paco Medina's the interior artist. Al Ewing is the writer. I'm already excited about it, but now that I'm looking over who's working on it, I'm more excited.
This is the first appearance of Iron Fire, possible first appearance of Auntie Fortune, reintroduction of Rasputin from House of X, Powers of X, Sins of Sinister, Year 10 Timeline, Part 1. And we got the 1 in 25. No.
That's it.
No. All right. Those are the keys for the week, people. Not impressed.
Really?
Not impressed.
We never are.
Apparently
Not
not.
impressed.
Like
Gee.
I'm here for Storm. I'm curious about Bishop.
I got
Curious
Storm.
about Static. I'm here for Lazarus Planet. Curious about Monarch. Oh my God, you're right. It is kind of weak, and I'm curious about Green Goblin. Oh my, Red Goblin. That's only 6 titles that make me feel anything.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
All
when we
right.
get the real books.
Cover price top 10.
Big
we got
surprise.
Swamp Thing coming in here. Issue number 1. At number 10, Stormwatch number 4, which I believe is the first appearance of
Apollo and Midnighter.
Apollo and Midnighter. Very good. At number 8, we got Weird War. Number, I don't know. But this is the first
Creature
appearance
Commandos.
of
You know,
Commandos.
these are all going up now because of the James Gunn announcement. I just
Yeah.
realized it, like Booster Gold,
Yeah.
Booster Gold number 1.
something.
Legends number 1, which is the first appearance of Amanda Waller.
Yep.
We have
Is that
Batman.
Is that first Damien?
Yeah,
Those
these are
two are
first
first
Damien,
Damien.
first cameo, and
No,
first,
number. The 4th one is the first cameo, the one with the red
first
cover.
cameo, right? And this is the first appearance, and then the one after this is the first cover.
Yeah.
Right. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, number 1. This is Gary Frank cover in at number 3, and the regular cover in at number 2.
Yep.
Um,
The Authority.
and the Authority in at number 1. I'm thinking it. I don't think I bought Supergirl, Wonder Woman, Woman of Tomorrow. This just came out last year, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I might have. I'm not sure. I gotta look up.
That Gary Frank cover is already difficult to find.
Yes, it's going for about $30 right now on
Yeah.
eBay for this. All right, that's the top 10 for cover price. Now let's head over to the CBSI Hot 10. The 2 honorable mentions are the Saint number 4, CGC 4.5. So for $2,000, and Batman 656, like on the cover price list, a 9.8 sold for $300 to $400. A 9.6 went for $150. That's the first full appearance. Number 10, they got Legends number 1. First Waller, going for about 10 to 15. 9.8 went for 175. Stormwatch number 37 is going for 50 to 60. This is the first Jenny Sparks and Jack Hawksmoor. It only has a print run of about 24,000.
Yep.
So not an easy book to find. Booster Gold number 1 and 9.8 went for about $700. Jeez.
Talk about momentum.
You know, jeez. Number 7, Creature Commandos. Number 1, this is a $20 book out there. That's their first solo book.
It's already in production, the show. That's part of what boosted this.
Yeah, he's written all the episodes, James Gunn said.
Yep.
All the episodes are written. Weird War Tales 93, first appearance of the Creature Commandos. 9.8 went for $1,100. Jeez.
Wow.
And a 9.0 went for 175. Raws are going for about 100. Stormwatch number 4, Near Mint Raws are going for about $100. Sheesh. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow number 1, about $30 to $40 to get that cover A.
Ooh, Cliff's favorite cover.
Action Comics number
Week after week.
1051, the Warren Lau variant, $100 for the trade dress,
They just can't
$125
let
for
the
the
boob
version.
window go.
Huh?
Boob window, they just can't let it go.
$125 for the version. There's only 1,500.
Wasn't
of those.
the full body one worth
This
more?
is selling for 2 reasons and 2 reasons only.
Wasn't the full body one selling for more? The
Not
version?
sure.
The full body shot.
No, I don't know, but the foil's going for $150 to $175. It's crazy. It's crazy. Batman 655 is going 9.8 are going for 400. 9.6 is for $150. And the Authority $70 for a Raw, and CGC 9.8 500. I pay $50 for Authority number 1 if I found it. I don't know if I pay $70.
I'd buy that Damien for $150 for a 9.6.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. All right. So, what we're gonna get into right now, before we discuss every new book that comes out, I want to break into a little game here. All right. I'm gonna stop the screen share. I am going to name 2 characters, and you are going to get 30 seconds to a minute, including you, counsel, that are watching, to make your argument. And those of you that are watching, write in the comments of who you think would win in a mano y mano. All right. You ready for the first one? Let's go.
Is it Dawkins
Versus the Plastic Man. I'll let you.
Oh, you know, I'm gonna go with Mr. Fantastic.
Wait, so before you do it, your clock starts once you start talking about it. I'm gonna give you about 10 to 15 seconds to think about it, and then you let me know. Flip of the draw here. Let me see. Well, Phil, since you started, you can go first. Cliff,
All
you'll
right.
be second, and Green Shirt Guy, you'll be third.
Oh, you know, I think it's because they're both going to be like evenly matched, but I think the brains of the outfit is going to go to Mr. Fantastic, and I think like he would be able to think of a way to like beat Plastic Man. Like that's really it. I think like the brains of the Fantastic Four is Mr. Fantastic, and he would just like use his brain, and he would know like his weakness and almost use it on Plastic Man in some way that he wouldn't be able to like figure out.
Okay. Green
Do
shirt
we have-
guy.
Do we have a setting
Oh, wait,
for their
Cliff is
battle?
sorry. Huh?
Do we have a setting for their battle?
I'll say Baxter Building. Plastic Man is breaking in to get a device that he needs to save one of his friends.
All right, then I'm gonna give it to Reed in that case. If this were
Why?
if this was because Reed has access to his whole lab, Reed is super intelligent, and Reed would be like, "Oh, let me just grab this guy stretches like me. Let me grab a freeze gun and like neutralize him." If they were just like pulled away from the perspective universes and thrown into an arena, I would give it to Plastic Man in that scenario because Plastic Man is like a street hero, and he has to work through that a lot harder. But if were you going with the Baxter Building as the setting, then it's going to be Reed all the way.
Okay. Green shirt guy.
I was going to say Reed as well. I think he's outsmarts him. I don't know if he's going to come up with, a freeze gun. My feeling is he's going to find some way to reverse engineer him so he turns into a normal person. And he's like, I don't even have to fight you now.
That's giving the Reed I know too much credit.
You guys all went with Reed.
Like he's in the top 3 smartest people on the planet. Like, come on, he'll figure it out.
I mean, but are we forgetting the story where I forget what was it, Injustice? I'm not sure, but Batman said that the most dangerous person in the world ever to battle was Plastic Man.
Who wrote that?
Tom Taylor.
Yeah, right.
Wait, are you talking about the video game or are you talking about the comic book? This is a comic book, right?
Yeah, same thing.
No,
But-
it's not the same thing. Not the same.
Well, same premise though. That's what I mean. Like, Plastic Man is brutal, according to Batman.
Plastic Man is brutal, and Plastic Man is immortal. And although you can use heat to neutralize him because you're basically melting him, or freeze him and shatter him, like was done to him once, and they had to pick up the pieces after thousands of years from the bottom of the ocean and meld them back together with Firestorm. But yeah, like and if Plastic Man is really in it, he can do all sorts of super awful things.
All right, but y'all went with Mr. Fantastic, so we'll give it to Mr. Fantastic over Plastic Man. All right, good one.
If
Ready?
Plastic Man ever gets to Reed's level of genius, then there we got a problem.
Right.
All right, ready?
Do it.
The Red Skull versus Sinestro.
Ooh, they're kind of similar.
Sinestro.
Does Red Skull have the cube?
You can have him have whatever. You can pull from any story that he has, any of that.
If he's just, it matters though, because if it's just Red Skull, it changes things. But if he's got the cube or he's got some other artifact, as it were,
okay, he may have the cube.
Well, does he in this scenario, or does he not?
He may have the cube.
If he doesn't have the cube, Sinestro destroys him, and it's not a contest because he's a human.
We will give him the cube then.
Then I think it's a little bit closer. Man, I might go with Red Skull because I think if he cosmic cubes it, he can fuck with Sinestro's brain. And Sinestro, it's almost like
Let's up the ante. Is Sinestro in control of Parallax?
Yes.
Now that's a real fight.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a real fight. That might even be a draw where the forces of the universe are like, we can't handle this.
What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, that's a hard one. You know what? It's a tough one. I don't know. I might just go. You know what? You guys kind of said it. Red Skull is still like a human, and so that would be where I would lean towards Sinestro. But yeah, they both are in control of that stuff. Yeah, that's a very even battle.
So we got green shirt guy for Red Skull.
Yeah, I think I might take Red Skull.
Cliff, you're doing Sinestro with Parallax.
I'm going to go with Sinestro with or without Parallax, because without Parallax, he will play the long game, wait for Red Skull to make a mistake, and absolutely take advantage, as Sinestro often does. And with Parallax, forget about it. You know, just so much horrifying, like, Fear Lantern crap will be coming at, like, Red Skull. He won't know what to do with himself.
What about you, Phil?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Sinestro.
Okay, so that's 2-1. Sinestro wins over Red Skull. I'm sorry for the line. You lose. All right, here comes the next one. Jean Grey versus Carol Ferris.
I don't know who Carol Ferris is.
Star Sapphire.
Star Sapphire. Part of the Green Lantern thing. You know what I mean?
See, I'm not a big Green Lantern guy. So I'm gonna go with Jean Grey.
I'm gonna go with Jean Grey.
And is she? Are we just regular Jean Grey or is she Phoenix?
Oh, she got
regular Jean Grey. Regular Jean Grey. Not many can match up to Phoenix.
I don't know. Then maybe not. I don't know about enough. Like I said, I don't really know anything about Carol Ferris. But
Well, she's basically
Jean Grey is very never.
Imagine Jean fighting a Green Lantern.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But Jean never fully believes in herself. So the other person, if they have any sort of belief, is going to win.
Did you read X-Men Dark Web? Jean is believing in herself
Now, but I'm talking historically. She usually
right, but
kind of hiccups.
we're basically saying the current Jean, current Star Sapphire.
I still might. Yeah, I don't know. I still think I might have Jean lose.
What do you think, Cliff?
I'm going with Jean.
Yeah, I'm going with Jean.
Because
Mind control.
Jean is a very powerful mutant. Plus, not even the mind control. She can read your mind. She can know what you're going to try and do and work around it.
Okay.
But she is susceptible to her feelings. So if you use
the only way Carol could win is if she slips the Star Sapphire ring on her. And maybe then. Maybe.
All right, I'm just trying to get this next one up here.
But I'm giving it to Jean. Does that mean we gave it to Jean? Did we give it to Jean?
Yeah, I think we gave it to Jean.
Like, you get it, girl. You get it, Jean. You get one. You earned it, Jean. You earned it.
All right, and then the last one this week, before we get all the new books out, I'm interested in seeing what you guys would say about this. We have Daredevil versus the Red Hood. Give me your theories.
I'll let you guys go first because I already have mine chosen, but I don't want to color it. So.
All right, I'll go first on this one then. I'm giving it to Daredevil.
Why?
I feel like Matt Murdock has more experience. And I mean, and the man has come back from the dead. You know,
Jason Todd's got a lot of experience.
Oh, wait, Jason Todd has also come back from the dead. You know?
So is Red Hood.
Yeah.
So, like, no, I'm still, but no, like, Daredevil is like, you know, he's like an OG. Like, do you, like, it would be like, do you think Batman could beat Red Hood? I mean, I'm pretty sure you think he can. So, like, yeah, it would be like that league of battle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Daredevil, just because Daredevil's kind of on the equivalent of like Batman if he was blind. That's the one weakness. Daredevil is blind, but I don't think that's that's as much of a weakness.
But is he blind? Like he is technically, but
no, but he uses hearing. He uses a hearing.
No, I know that. What I'm saying. Yeah. So I mean, yes, he can't see out of his eyes, but he's not blind.
No, correct. And also, Jason Todd can take advantage of that. But the thing is, Daredevil has fought people who've done that to him before. He's experienced. He can work around that. So whatever Jason comes up with him, Daredevil's like, yo, nothing beats that time I was murdered by the Hand in public.
You guys are playing my song because Daredevil's my guy anyway. I was going to pick Daredevil no matter what, but I didn't want to start off.
But isn't it nice that we have your back in this?
You do. I've always liked Daredevil. I think, I think Red Hood's cool, but I think he gets a little mopey sometimes. Daredevil gets mopey, but it's after he's done something borderline horrible and he regrets it, but it doesn't stop him from doing his job.
All right. So what is it? Daredevil across the board?
Yeah,
Daredevil.
across the board. That's a few good ones. We got Gene across the board, Daredevil across the board, Mr. Fantastic across the board.
Yeah, very good, very good. All right, that'll be.
I almost like if it was instead of who would win if it was instead of Red Hood, who would win if it was Snake Eyes and Daredevil?
Oh my goodness, Snake Eyes all day.
Oh,
Like a
Snake
blind
Eyes all
versus
day.
a blind.
Snake Eyes all day, my friend.
No.
What?
they're
No
both
one stops Snake
they're
Eyes.
both trained assassins at this point.
Yeah.
That would be
Phenomenal.
right. You know what? Do you know how that would end? They're both dead. That's how it
Probably
would end.
both dead. Probably.
It would, yeah.
I don't know.
Snake Eyes is like-
Daredevil's fought his fair share of like ninjas and stuff.
I don't know,
Snake
man,
Eyes.
because they're not showing up alone, or if they are, all of a sudden their friends show up and Elektra's taking out anybody that Snake Eyes is bringing.
No, not Storm
Come on.
Shadow. Storm Shadow?
Your Shadow would not come to his aid, and you know
chance.
Yes, he would. What are you talking
No
about?
it. What
No
conditions?
way.
You're talking to a G.I. Joe
I
aficionado
know that
here, right?
Storm Shadow would come.
Storm Shadow would definitely come to Snake Eyes' aid. They're best friends. In the beginning,
They
yeah, that was
were.
a problem, but no, they came back to being best friends.
What? So do they both work for the Joe team, or like what?
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I would have
Like
kept Storm Shadow a villain.
Storm
That's
Shadow joined Cobra to find out who killed the Hardmaster. And when he came to find out, he eventually finds out that Zartan killed the Hardmaster.
Oh,
And
I like Zartan.
so he kind of like goes against Cobra. Then he's kind of like on his own for a little bit. And Cobra Commander has a son named Billy, and Storm Shadow trains Billy to be a ninja. And then Snake Eyes helps them. And their relationship is a little rocky because they were best friends and they weren't, but they're back. And then as the comic progresses, Storm Shadow really becomes a hero type person. And it's not
how
bad.
many Joe villains are left? Everybody just the Baroness is a good guy. I mean,
Right.
like this Storm Shadow's a good.
It's so hard. It's so
interesting.
much work being a villain. I'll just come and join you guys.
Right? They're like, you know what? You're like,
But none shall challenge
I have
Serpentor!
all the- You guys
You
have
know-
all the best toys. I'm just gonna come over.
I respect Serpentor because that is an old school evil villain. He's
Yes.
like,
But he
I
sucks.
am
This
born for
I
evil.
command!
He is, but we all know he sucks. But
I
he is
love
old school.
Serpentor. His the way he
Oh,
talks is
stupid.
phenomenal.
So stupid.
No,
I
no,
like Destro.
his origin is stupid, but I like the idea that he is like a classic ruthless.
Listen,
Oh, give
Villain.
me that. But
I
his
can watch
costume
Rise
is
of
stupid,
Serpentor
too.
at least once a month. That whole miniseries.
His
I love
costume
it.
it was one of the dumber ones in GI Joe. And
It
don't
was,
get me
it
wrong,
was
I
just
love
because it
G.I.
was
Joe.
more, I don't know, it was just more out there. You know what I mean? Like,
It's out there for
it was
sure.
more out there. All right, good job, guys. So your guys' missions for next week are to come up with some battles that we can talk about. What would be an interesting battle, and I'll also come up with some as well. Let's do these new comic books for the week, and then we'll end the show. Shall we?
Like leaves on a drive, like wind on a drive.
Living on a
Please,
dry
please.
ranch.
Please don't rush. Please don't rush. Please don't rush.
Gotta be up to what 120 now.
Let me get this going. Like wind on a dry run.
She's hopeless.
He's hopeless.
All right, let's go. We got Batman number 132, The Flash 792, The Amazing Spider-Man number 19. That looks like a pretty good cover. That looks like pretty good. Daredevil number 8, Star Wars Darth Vader number 31. I like that cover.
That cover looks dope too, right?
Yes, it does. Poison Ivy number 9. That has a little Momoko-ish to it, but I don't think it's Momoko.
That's not.
Spawn number 338, Ghost Rider number 11, Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo number 4, Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants number 1, Black Panther number 14. Black Panther is a great book. I read that book. It's really good. The Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing number 5. Gold Goblin number 4. Was this a miniseries or an ongoing?
Ongoing.
It's an ongoing. Oh no. Captain America Symbol of Truth number 10.
For now.
Gotham City Year 1 number 5. Lazarus Planet Next Evolution number 1. Alien number 6.
Anybody reading Gotham City in Year 1?
No.
You know
No.
anybody that's bought that book?
No. Little Monsters number 10. Star Wars The High Republic number 5. Secret Invasion number 4. Star Wars Hidden Empire number 3. Man, it's been a minute since they came out with a Hidden Empire.
Yeah, it definitely. Well, you know what though? January was a 5-week month.
Yep.
Very true. Very true.
It goes hand in
Goblin-
hand with Darth Vader, so they'll be good together.
Yeah, the Star Wars books are good. I really like
Yeah.
them. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you'd love them as well. Red Goblin number 1. Monkey Prince number 11. X-Men Legends number 6. Miracle Man by Gaiman and Buckingham. The Silver Age number 4. Bloodstained Teeth number 9. Joe Fixit number 2.
Yeah.
Namor the Submariner Conquered Shores number 5. The Avengers War Across Time number 2. Bishop
Wow.
War College number 1. Time Before Time number 20. Sonic the Hedgehog number 57. Static Shadows of Dakota number 1. Against All number 3. No, All Against All number 3. My apologies. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Omega, or as people have been saying on our show, Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles.
Who said that?
Everybody's been saying it a whole bunch of different ways, man. I should chop it up and edit it. So
Nice.
it's so
He was
funny.
super kind.
I think Paul was the last one.
That's funny.
Horror number 1. Know Your Station number 3. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur number 3. TV series coming soon. They just had the premiere out in LA.
Yay.
Looking forward to that show. Unbreakable Red Sonja number 3. Two Graves number 4. It's Only Teenage Wasteland number 3. The Monarch number 1. Blade Runner 2039 number 3. New Blade Runner movie has been greenlit.
Is it based
I
on
think
the little girl?
Yeah, I think it's called Blade Runner 2070 something. It's like 40 years later or something. Yeah.
Because she's
something
what?
like that.
At the end of that, she's what? 10, 11?
Yeah. She's young. So they're gonna jump mad ahead. Spy Superb number 2. Bloodborne, The Lady of the Lanterns number 4. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Number 120. Vampirella versus Red Sonja number 4. Koshi in Hell number 2. Sweetie Candy Vigilante number 4. Gospel number 4. Stranger Things, Tales from Hawkins number 1. The Exiled number
Aren't
1.
they all Tales
Jen.
from Hawkins?
Well,
Pretty
no,
much.
because by saying Tales from Hawkins, it means it's not the kids from the show. It's other people.
Oh, okay.
Copy. Dead Mall number 3. The Fender number 1.
The Finder. Yeah.
Erratic Recharge number 4. They're all terrible number 2. Space Job number 1. Assassin's Apprentice number 3. Pretty good book. Godzilla Monsters and Protectors All Hail the King number 5.
Oh, here
Teenage-
we go.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the best of Craig.
Okay, so what do we
This is-
think of this?
This might be the worst cover yet.
They're right. It's like might
This
be
was-
the ugliest one.
This literally
This
looks
is-
like somebody tried to draw Krang
This is a
in their
joke.
notebook. This looks like somebody tried to draw Krang in their notebook during math class, and when they went, "Oh, just blow it up."
John Fimble says Exile's not being released until next week. Thank you, sir, for that update. Do not look for the Exile this week. But this Kerrang cover is a slap in the face to every fan out there. What the hell is that, bro?
Their
IDW,
covers,
you can do better.
these IDW retrospective covers are so hideous. Like, are they doing it intentional? Like, are they just like, yo,
I
people
don't
are gonna
know,
hate
man.
it?
It's like somebody said, we need a crank cover. Somebody just grabbed like a Sharpie and all that and just said, hey,
Oh, you didn't-
get it to print.
Oh, you didn't like that one? Just wait.
Yo, you know, like,
Wait till
honestly,
you see
you know,
Bebop and Rocksteady.
yeah, you know what I'm picturing? I'm just picturing Kate Capshaw as Willie in the IDW offices with a jar with a bottle of Tostitos next. What's it called? Tostitos?
Tostitos.
No, the bottle.
The drink? Oh,
The drink.
Totinos.
Totinos,
Oh,
right? With the bottle of
yeah.
Totinos. Willie from Temple Doom with a bottle of Totinos, just drawing. He's
Drawing with her offhand.
drawing with her off hand.
Drawing crane. All right, let's keep going. Stray Sheep number 1, Star Wars Insider number 216, Mr. Easter number
Yeah.
4.
I'm sorry. Now Star Wars Insider is on this list. I don't
Yeah.
remember Star Wars Insider being on this list.
Who knows? Who knows?
Any
If you go on
content,
previews,
you know what I mean?
it's listed as one of the magazines that's coming out this week. But yeah, they've never put it in with the comics.
We got Jujutsu Kaisen number 212. How I Became a Shoplifter number
This
1.
looks interesting. Did you read the synopsis on this?
Mm-mm.
It's all about, it's like an analog or not analog. It's the word I'm looking for. A series where you watch it's telling stories of shoplifting and how it has changed over the last 4 decades, from before there were cameras to now there's cameras, you know, that kind of stuff. Sounds interesting. The artwork looks okay. I have to flip through it tomorrow.
All right. Darkland number 2. Hekate's Will number 4.
I think that's
Spy
a reprint.
number 4.
I think that's been out. I think that's a reprint.
Spy versus Family number 75. Family Time number 3. Van Helsing Deadly Alchemy number 1. Dream Master number 3. Tales of Terror Quarterly Valentine's Day number 1. My Little Pony Classics Reimagined Little Phillies number 4. Saga of a Doomed Universe number 3. Destiny New York number 12. Northern Blood number 1. The Bones of Gods number 2. Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids Time Again Slime Again number 1. Grim Spotlight Inferno number 1. Black Clover number 350. The West Moon Chronicle number 3. 12 number 1. Betty and Veronica Jumbo Comics Digest number 311.
$10.
Like wind on a dry branch number 111. Yes,
Ooh,
yes.
71.
11.
Yo, he let the girl go, and now she's out there. And like the dude who came to like free her from captivity is like, "What do you mean you let her go?" And he's like, "She's out there somewhere living her best life. Go find her."
I read the
Are
first
you
couple
actually
pages of
talking
the
about
first
like
issue.
wind on a dry branch?
Like,
Talking about the book?
I read the first couple. I read the first couple pages of the first issue. I just haven't finished it yet.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, I gotta read it.
I am now spite reading it.
Me too. I'm gonna catch up. So hurry when I have time.
Be My Villain number 57. Covenant number 68. Katie Black Dragon number 1. She's Hopeless number 84. Purple Hyacinth number 155. Spiru number 4426. Rooftops and Roommates number 140. Thieves and Kings number 25. Something
That's definitely in Russian.
number 1.
That's in Russian.
And Plum Pocket. No number, just Plum Pocket.
It's a one
And those are your new books for February 8th, 2023. What books will you be getting? What books will you be not getting? Please leave a comment in the comments section below. All right, guys.
I think I'm
Get
reading
over
more
here.
comics than I thought.
I'm getting a bunch. I might be getting like
I'm getting Amazing Spider-Man. I'm getting The Flash, Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants. I'm still getting Gold Goblin. Red Goblin, I'm gonna give a try. The Monkey King is a Monkey Prince is another Lazarus crossover. I'm probably gonna try War College. I'm definitely picking up Namor. Miracle Man, the Silver Age. Like these stories haven't been reprinted before, so I'm grabbing it for that alone. I don't know. Like I'm like, damn. I'm picking a few things up. Crap. Like,
I have 11 and no double covers. The only reason it's 11 is because I forgot about Dream Master.
And there's a new Spawn out tomorrow too. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah. All right, Council. Well, that's our show for tonight. We want to thank you for joining in. If you've been watching on Facebook, please jump over to the YouTubes and hit the subscribe button. Definitely hit that like button as well. We're starting to see a little rise in a little viewership from us being consistent with hitting these live buttons. Remember, we do this every Sunday at 5 p.m., the film and movie news. And then on Monday nights tonights, we do at 8 o'clock the new and key hot comics of the week. So you can go out on Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, and get the comic books that you wish. We also have other videos tomorrow. We're filming at the shop for New Comic Book Day and for our Last of Us episode number 4 review. If you're in the area, you can stop on in, say what up. And then also be checking for videos dropping during the week. We always drop New Comic Book Day and our reviews as well. We have a bunch of playlists up there of different shows that we've reviewed. Go check it out. Go back, way back, and check out our Comic-Con video from back in the days. Whole bunch of stuff. So for myself, for Cliff, for Green Shirt Guy, and for Phil, and for the rest of the Council of Comics, we love you. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.